Acton in Focus is brought to you by Acton Pharmacy.
Welcome to Acton in Focus. I'm Vivian Kopsinger-Birchall, your host, and our guests this Women's Month are Donna and Kate, owners of Wish Boutique in West Acton. Donna and Kate, welcome to Acton in Focus.
Hey, thank you for having us.
So what inspired you to get into the fashion industry, and how did you choose West Acton as a location for your business?
So I guess I'll start since I've been in the industry long. I've been doing everything longer than she has.
That's fair.
Yeah. I've always been in the kind of fashion industry. I started out as a store manager for a small chain many, many years ago. I worked for TJX corporate many, many years ago, and then raised my kids and went back to work to help pay for college, and went back to retail. So ended up being the gift shop manager at Lowell General for about 7 years. And someone mentioned that there was a retail opportunity in West Acton, or in Acton actually, which we looked at and weren't interested in that particular opportunity, but decided that we actually loved Acton. I'll let Kate tell you about her background.
So I kind of have the other end of the spectrum. I want to say 14.
I think so.
I got my first modeling contract. And so from 14 through my college years and probably a little beyond, I was a professional model, doing everything from runway shows to catalog shoots to even some fit modeling, which really has come in handy being a store owner now. And that just kind of sparked my fashion passion.
Oh, wow. Don't cut that, Vivian.
And from there, that kind of was my thing. And I had never really seen the retail side of things. So it kind of worked out really nicely that we both partnered together.
What was it like being a model, Kate?
It's such a weird, I think back on it now, I was only 14. So I'm not sure that I was really even fully aware of what was going on around me. But I will say it has had some of the most positive impacts on my life and taught me so much. And then there were some weird circumstances that maybe didn't have such a positive impact. So I'm thinking of one specific time, really, which you probably remember. So at 14, obviously you can't just go traveling around by yourself. You need to have some kind of guardian or chaperone there with you. So mom was present for a lot of the shoots and stuff that I did at the young ages. And there was one, I think she might have been a makeup artist.
Oh, yeah.
And when she was doing my makeup, she was full of critiques about my weight, about my freckles, about my hair color. She had a lot of input on why I would not be successful. And at 14, you're kind of really struck by those things. I mean, now if someone had those things to say to me, I wouldn't care at all. But then it does kind of shape you as a young person. But I was lucky to only come across a handful of situations like that at most. But I think more so, the modeling prepared me for everything we're doing today. I have kind of more of a stage presence. I understand how to move in front of the camera, which works out great because I take all of the store's pictures. I think it really was more of a plus than it was a negative.
Did you get to keep any of the clothing and items?
Not often, although there was one company that I was their fit model, and they would give some really good deals on their clothing, and they were a big company, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah. And also, one other fun fact, I think she
Uh-oh.
she has modeled wedding dresses twice. You did or more? And
I want to say 10 times.
And like, how old were you?
Oh gosh, I think one of the times that I was modeling wedding dresses, I was either 14 or 15.
Yeah.
Yes, it was so bizarre.
Absurd.
So bizarre.
Yeah.
And I do think about it now because I'm not married yet. I think now when I go to look for a wedding dress, I feel like I'm going to be a little bit tainted.
Yeah.
Like, I've already tried them all on and they meant nothing. I was 14.
Very strange.
That is so funny, which takes me right into the next question. Who is your biggest clientele at Wish, and why do you think that is?
It's so funny. That's such a loaded question because part of me says anyone and everyone. We're really lucky, and we've also worked really hard to kind of have something for everyone, whether it be younger girls who are high schoolers who just like are trying out new things, trying to figure out fashion, all the way up to like my 87-year-old grandmother buys her pants here, loves them. We also try to stock tons of cute accessories, and we are always looking to expand our size ranges. So we make a conscious effort to have something for everyone.
Right.
With that being said, I would say primarily young to middle-aged moms.
Yeah. That's our sweet spot.
We also see a lot of mother-daughters who come in and shop together, which makes us very happy.
Yeah.
You mentioned size ranges. What are your current size ranges?
So we carry right now sizes extra small to extra large for tops, and in bottoms 0 to like a 14.
Excellent. And the COVID-19 pandemic has led to some creative ways of running businesses. What innovative and creative ways have you adopted to run Wish Boutique? And is this something you're going to do to continue doing post-COVID?
Yeah.
Such a good question. I feel like there's
a question. Boy, has life changed.
There's so much to say on this topic.
Yeah. So obviously Facebook Live, number one, is something that I always wanted us to do. Kate was never really sold on the idea, thought maybe it could be a little cheesy. We never like to look like we're not typical salespeople. We never want to look like we're forcing things on people. So I think she felt that was a little bit aggressive.
Yeah.
But when this started, she is a single woman homeowner, and suddenly it was like, well, we got to keep putting the
it'd be nice to keep
bread
my
on
house.
the table. Yeah, it'd be nice to keep my house. Yeah. So Facebook Live, it is.
Yeah. I think my initial feelings on Facebook Live pre-COVID were, it's just not my style. I am very laid back. I want people to be able to enjoy the experience of shopping and find something that makes them feel amazing, look amazing. And I don't want to be telling them like, you should be wearing this. I think everyone has different styles. It's a very personal thing. And I kind of felt that might be lost in translation on a Facebook Live. And boy, was I wrong. We say it all the time. This is one of the silver linings of the pandemic, was that I kind of was forced to try something that I was a little uncomfortable with. And we did find a way to really make it our own and make it a more personalized experience, a little less hokey, a little less sales pitchy, and a little more just a group of women who were all stuck at home, feeling the same struggle, dealing with the same things, and just getting together every Thursday to feel some friendship and hope and do some shopping and feel a little bit better. And it really grew from there and turned into everything that I feared it would be, the complete opposite.
Yeah.
So that has been probably the biggest thing for us. And we absolutely will continue doing that. We're still doing it. We're down to once a week. During the height of the lockdown, we were doing it every day.
7 days a week.
7 days a week. And now we're doing it just Thursdays at 4:00. So that's been awesome.
Yeah.
And what are your products like? What are the designs you carry, if for lack of a better term?
I think that falls a little bit into the something for everyone category. We have some really trendy styles. We have some things that are a little more classic, a little preppy. We really try and blend all of that together.
Right.
But I think for the most part, we're pretty casual lifestyle pieces.
Back when we used to have events,
Yeah.
back when the world allowed events,
Yeah.
we used to do in the spring a ton of dresses, not prom, so not super dressy, but you know, go to a baby shower, graduation, that kind of thing. And it's to be determined this spring. We are getting back into some dresses, but not nearly the amount that we used to. But one decision that we definitely have made for this spring is that we are going to start wearing clothes again.
Yes.
Not just
Yay!
we have spent the past 12 months selling sweatpants of every denomination.
Yes.
And we're a little sick of that. So
Yes.
we're dressing again.
Well, I certainly look for better times so that I can come over there and visit the Wish Boutique. I'm into dressing, fashion in a way.
Yes, we would love to see you here.
My mom is a seamstress, so I've grown around dressmaking so she makes most of my, she makes, a good number of my outfits. But I blend both the African fashion with the Western fashion. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, back to you guys. This is Women's Month, obviously. So I can't, I have to ask this. Have you experienced any specific challenges running a business as women? And if so, what are some of these challenges and how can they be mitigated?
So this question, I have to tell you, this question has sparked so much conversation, not only between us, but also with our landlord and our significant others.
Yep.
It's interesting because when I first think of that question, I almost feel this obligation to come up with something because I know that is so real for so many people. And it really is such a problem and something that we're all working so hard to fight against that. But to be honest, we really didn't experience anything like that in this journey. And the conversation that it really led us to was how thankful we are for the people and the community that we're surrounded by. Mm-hmm. I mean, me growing up, my dad, huge feminist, true believer that we can rule the world and we should be ruling the world. Mm-hmm. So I have felt that from a young age. Our landlord, from the second we met him, was like, I don't know anything, you know everything, you're amazing, go.
Mm-hmm. Super supportive.
Super supportive. The community that we're in, not only our customers, but also the surrounding businesses. We are surrounded by other female-owned businesses and entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm. The industry that we're in, retail, is an extremely female-dominated business. One of the things that I have experienced in my lifetime when I first started out, corporate retail, tons and tons of women, but the people at the top were all men. And I feel like that is definitely changing. We have customers who actually work for TJX Corporate, and those women are at the top now.
Powerful.
And so it is a business where, especially for a woman, the sky is the limit. There's not a glass ceiling. So I think that differs from a lot of other industries out there.
Well, it's good to hear that you guys haven't really had any, challenges in that regard. So, which brings me to the next question. How do you become a successful boutique owner? And what do I need to know before opening a boutique?
Oh my gosh, how much time you got? moly.
Ah.
Oh my gosh. You are not kidding around with these questions.
Can I just say, I think the first thing you have to have, well, I guess the first thing is probably a passion for fashion, like Kate said.
Passion for fashion. That is, I can't believe I said that.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
it's
But
true.
number two, and I think you're seeing it right here, you have to have an limitless amount of energy and enthusiasm.
Yes.
Like just every single day you have to be
Yes.
ready to go and
Yes.
try new things and change it up and just go, go, go.
It's funny, when I started thinking about this question too, I was like, if I had to describe and sum up how we've been successful so far in a very small amount of words, it would be think everything through, come up with every single possible solution and scenario. Think of who your customer is. Are you where your customer is? Just really envision every little thing. I mean, when we were going to open, our landlord asked us, what type of music do you envision playing in your store? I mean, every little thing was planned out before this was even a thing. And then when it's a thing, be prepared to change everything.
That's so true.
As soon as you feel yourself being pulled another way, go with it. Try something new. Don't be afraid to make a fool of yourself. Just don't be afraid to throw things at the wall until something sticks.
But still be true to yourself.
Always be true to yourself.
Always be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the excellent advice. So in what ways is your store different from other boutiques in the area, if there are any? And what is the one thing customers should know about your store that we may not be aware of?
I would start off by probably bragging a little bit, tooting our horn.
That's okay.
I think we have a fabulous mix of merchandise. People always mention that when they come in the store. They just can't believe how many beautiful things we have, and there are almost too many choices for them. And then
That's a good problem to have.
right?
Yeah.
And then the fact that we're mother-daughter and from two different generations, we really do have something for everyone. And when Kate will do an order that I feel like it's gorgeous, but it's too young for me, it doesn't fit my personality, it wouldn't look attractive on my body, I wouldn't be comfortable in it, I'll jump in and go online and start working with some of the vendors that maybe I can pull in some more things that would make me happy. So we always, I think, have something for someone, which I think a lot of boutiques, you don't maybe find that so much.
Yep. I also think that our personal sales style is that we don't have a sales style. And Kim, who works with us, is the exact same way.
Yeah, we're not salespeople.
The culture of us is that we just want people to feel good about themselves. We want them to find something that makes them feel beautiful, that they walk out of here feeling refreshed and happy and excited to wear what they got. And we really don't want people to walk out with something that just looks okay to spend money. That's totally not us at all. And I think that is a pretty unique experience. We're very honest, in a kind way, of course, but if someone comes out of the room and says, what do we think about this? We're going to be honest. And if it's not perfect, we want to find them the perfect thing.
Right. Agreed.
And what do you have to say about the myth that boutiques are very costly and not the place for everyone?
They should probably try a new boutique, especially one called Wish. Because that's totally something that people think. And I think when we opened, a lot of people were nervous to even walk through the door.
Right.
Because
One of them. I've walked past Wish many times.
Yeah, boutiques can be a little bit intimidating because
Pricey. They can be pricey.
it's a personal setting where you walk in and you don't want to feel like, oh my gosh, I just walked into this super expensive store and I feel out of place and intimidated. So I guess what we would want people to know is that we are very welcoming. We have a lot of fun.
What do you like to do in your spare time when you're not at the boutique or selling clothes?
Spare time? What's that?
I saw that coming because sometimes people say that when you have a job that you don't see as a job, it's a hobby, then that becomes part of everyday life. And spare time is spent on doing that. So I don't know whether it's the case in in your situation.
It's absolutely true.
It's
I think
true.
especially even more so in a world where we're so social media oriented.
Mhm. Yeah.
Social media never rests. When I'm at home on my day off, I'm all day posting on social media, answering questions, all that good stuff, which I love doing. So it doesn't really feel like a job.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just like to spend time with my family.
You're a big exercise person.
I like to work out.
She works out.
I have a Peloton. I love my Peloton. I like to go for walks.
Yep.
I mean, that's probably my thing.
Sorry, what is a Peloton? That's me, being absolutely clueless about that.
Oh, Vivian.
Vivian, you off a Peloton.
They're amazing.
So it's a workout bike. They also make a treadmill, but I have the bike, and they have it has like a screen built into it, and you can watch these incredible instructors.
Very motivational.
They push you through these workouts. It's amazing.
It's like loud music, and it's a whole lifestyle.
It is.
Well, learning never ends, so that's the first time I'm hearing about.
I like to hike. My husband and I try to go on a hike every weekend. Go for a walk every day. I think that's super important. Some kind of exercise every day is so good for your brain and your mood and everything.
Yeah.
Play a little golf with my husband. I'm a huge reader. I love to read. Yeah.
Sorry, can you say that again, please?
I love the Silver Unicorn. Give another shout out to another local business.
Yeah, local businesses are the ones that are helping our economy stand. So those to you all. So anyway, thank you, ladies, for being my guests on Acton in Focus. It's been a pleasure hosting you this month. And thank you for bringing fashion into our community. We look forward to having this conversation again, probably during the spring.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We hope you get to come in soon. We would love to see you.
Oh, that will be an honor. So anyway, to our viewers out there, if you want to be our guest on Acton in Focus, or you have a story for us about anything happening in Acton, just write to us at infocus@actontv.org. Again, it's infocus@actontv.org. Thank you for watching Acton in Focus. Till next time.